Welcome to the Prem Pulse Podcast, Superfan Edition, with your host Neal Samaru and my special guest today, my co-host Barry O'Brien. And as you can tell by Barry's attire he has today, I think we can safely say he's an Arsenal fan.
Absolutely. The club shop puked over me. I've, just for your benefit, mate, I thought I'd overdo it because I know much you hate team colours as well.
It's hurting my eyes, mate. I tell you, it's like
Yeah,
when you
have
came
some
on, I was
red,
like,
have some
my
red.
God, what is this about as well? So for
Absolutely.
those new listeners out there, I'm a West Ham fan, and had the privilege of talking about my team and the road back to the Premiership. So I thought it'd only be right to get Barry on to talk about Arsenal and
The
his thoughts
champions.
about the. I'll come on to that. Yeah, how many
I thought
times
you might have. I thought you might have forgotten.
gonna throw that in there, aren't you? Well, let's start then. I mean, have you come down off cloud nine since winning the Premier League title after 22 years? Are you still high on the win?
No, I'm. Yeah, I don't know. It took a little while to sink in, right? 22 years, so many close calls. Um, but yeah, I've accepted. What a great achievement it was, really, right? I mean, it wasn't easy, as we discussed on many a show. It was, we, I think I used the word swagger, right? We didn't really have a lot of swagger through the season. We huffed and puffed, and eventually got over the line, mainly due to Man City throwing it away as well. But
Mm, mm.
yeah, it feels good. Um, Obviously, we kind of went straight into the World Cup, right? So I don't feel like I've
Well,
had much of a break from football, and that was obviously painful as well. So um,
yeah,
I'm kind of a
yeah,
bit.
totally, yeah.
If I hold my hands up, I'm a bit exhausted about with football. But we're going again tomorrow as the Premier League kicks off, right?
Exactly, with Arsenal at home to Coventry. But before we get on to that, and the games coming up, predictions of the season as well. So winning the league after 22 years, like you said, some close calls in the previous seasons. You also got to the Champions League final, mate, and lost.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah,
the 1 week later. So thoughts about that just briefly. Do you think, obviously you got to the
yeah,
final? I mean, can you do one
yeah. I
better
mean,
this
we
season?
lost in a again. We sort of lost in a cruel way as well, right? That was 20 years since we'd last been in that final as well, and yeah, losing on penalties. Obviously, we were winning 1-0 for quite a long time in that match, and then gave away a penalty and they equalised, and then we obviously lost on the penalty shootout. So that was disappointing. Um, but having been, I mean, we was in the semis the season before, so I just think there's momentum. I think that's how you can kind of view Arsenal at the moment. There's been a lot of momentum in the Arteta era, and finally it paid off with the big Premier League trophy, and now we're kind of talking about retaining it. Right, that's the next thing. Arsenal have never done it, right? So
Well, this is what actually you're leading me to my kind of next question. It's not just about the predictions that I think there are many pundits out there saying that Arsenal are the favourites now this season. You
yeah,
talk about momentum, and actually you have, and with all the managerial changes we've seen throughout the league, whether it's Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, those in particular, then you have Tottenham as well. Spending big.
yeah.
Do you think that's true? You guys favourites to retain the title?
Yeah, I think definitely, as you pointed out, stability is us and Aston Villa are the only two teams out of the kind of the top eight, shall we say? They talk about the top six, but it's probably a top eight now.
Mm.
If the Chelsea's and Tottenham's kind of Man United's get kind of a bit more stability again, top eight with Villa and obviously Man City and Liverpool as well, and um, Newcastle a little bit as well used to be, right? So all of those teams basically have all got new managers. I think we said on one of the other pods, I mean, it's like 10 teams in the Premier League that have all got new managers at the start of this season,
All new
which
managers,
is
mate, all spending big money as well, though, on players.
yeah.
Obviously, trying to go for that title as well. But
Mm.
do Arsenal have the kind of upper hand because, like you say, because of a more stable situation?
I think I'm intrigued what we're going to see. Obviously, we won the Community Shield at the weekend, beating Man City 3-0 and
Oh, yeah.
playing with
Thanks for reminding me of that.
playing with a bit of swagger as well, right? Which was
Mm.
surprising, but Man City, in a way, kind of let us do that. because they just weren't up to speed at all. But I'm intrigued whether, they talk about the kind of handbrake coming off, whether Arsenal will relax a bit. That's a lot of burden they've been carrying around for a long time with, getting so close to winning the league, like 3 seasons, right? Finishing second, and
Mm.
suddenly we've won it. Will they relax and start playing a little bit more kind of, I don't know, football that's a bit more, not just creative, but
Free-flowing
what's the
football,
word?
mate,
Yeah, free flowing and
entertaining,
just
free-flowing.
risky. That's the word I'm looking for. A
Yeah,
bit more,
right.
taking a few more risks
Yeah,
and not playing it safe.
yeah.
Cross, side to side, back to defenders, you know, and bringing in Bruno Guimaraes is a
Well, oh, well,
is a
well,
big
well, well,
potential for
well,
that.
well, 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 well,
Go
well.
on.
You're jumping the gun, mate. It's
Did you have
my
a question about him?
yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, Barry, well, that leads me on to perfectly to my next question, sir, which is: do you think Arsenal's transfers this season
All right, embarrassing now.
in the transfer window have will kind of indicate that then? And you just
Yeah, I
briefly
think. Yeah, I
Emirates.
think Guimaraes. I mean, is obviously known for his direct sort of forward play, and we definitely didn't have that. This kind of breaking the lines through ball kind of player.
Mhm.
Um, Nobody was really doing that. Erdegaard was out quite a lot last season. I mean, he was probably the main person who did it. Eze came in, and I expected him to do that, but was very disappointed with his work in that area. I mean, he obviously
But
scored a lot of
then
important goals, but
Barry, maybe that's because he feels kind of shackled by the way that Arteta is trying to get them to play. So is it then down to the manager to say, play with freedom, be a bit
yeah,
more risk-taking
yeah,
as well?
yeah. I think you're right. I think Arteta went with an approach as well.
Safety
To,
first.
safety, it was a little bit safety first, yeah, and I think as well on the other side though, the way teams lined up against us, there was always, and I think that's going to happen again. People are
Yep.
going to park the bus. So this is where players like Guimaraes need to step up and make those passes. I mean, Miles Skelly obviously did a great through ball the weekend against Man City. So I don't know. We need to see a handful of games, right, to really see what
Mm,
our style looks like.
mm.
Whether it was just a one-off against City or whether this is kind of a new tactical approach of like, passing through and not just relying on kind of crosses for Havertz or Gyökeres to kind of head in.
Well, can I ask
A
another?
mixture of both.
Yeah, can I ask a question then? So, who actually has come in? What are the inform us about the incomings and departures at Arsenal this?
Yeah, so the only two major ones. I mean, we obviously got a third choice goalie from Leeds, but Christian Solis came in from Brugge or Bruges. He's a left winger, Greek international, known as the assist king. He's basically, in I think over 50 like goals and assists
Is
last
that the
season.
Greek guy?
Greek, yeah, yeah. And so far really good, very skillful, very smart decision making in the preseason matches.
Mm.
Energetic, back defending, seems to have slotted in nicely. And then Bruno Guimaraes, obviously Newcastle's former captain, Brazil international, centre midfielder, but yeah, kind of a box to box player to a degree as well. Play a few different roles in midfield. Not the quickest, but just very good vision. Statistically, I think the top in the league for like attempted through balls in the last third and things like that. So he's been hired on the data as well as kind of his aggressive style as well. So positive about that. And then yesterday, not finalised yet, but obviously Ezu Konsa from Aston Villa as a centre back, because Saliba is going to probably be out for 4 months. So a right-sided centre back, experience, 28. I think we've got him for like 51 million. So
I think he's like one of
it's
the
a good
most.
asset.
Kevin, our other super fan, Villa.
Yeah, super fan.
His team is being kind of gutted, But as he mentioned,
Yeah,
and the other Fat Super Fan podcast, so go there and take a listen to Kev talk about Villa, how the team is restructured with young players. That means that Konza is the most expensive kind of 28-year-old plus defender ever.
defender. Interesting. I'm surprised by that
Look at
stat.
this.
Yeah, shared that stat. Yeah,
Yeah.
quite interesting. I
So
suppose that
are
at
you
that
happy
age,
with? Yeah, but are you happy with that?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I don't think if Saliba's fit, he's necessarily going to, you know, take his place. But I think it's just again rotation. I mean, I was speaking to someone yesterday about this, saying that Arsenal played nearly 70 games last season. So if you think Arsenal get to every final, I mean, obviously we got to the League Cup final as well. We got to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. So there would have been another 3 matches basically that we would have played. So if you are at a club, say you're at a Ipswich or a Hull, right, and you play in the Premier League, right? So in the Premier League, you're going to play 38 games, right, across a season in the league, and then say you play the League Cup and the FA Cup, but you get knocked out in the first rounds of that, right? So the
Like West
most you're going
Ham.
to play, yeah, right,
And
say
then
West Ham,
concentrate on the league.
yeah. Basically, the most you're going to play if you're at that club is 40 games in a season, right? So if you're at Arsenal and there's potential to play 70, but you're rotated, I mean, if you play half the games in a season, that's 35 games. That's still a big season, but that also kind of gives people a lot of time off, doesn't it? So, talk about fatigue with Declan Rice and Saka playing a lot and getting fatigued. And so having, 2 quality people in each position makes complete sense. I mean, you can obviously rotate people in and out, and
Do you
eventually by
have
the end of the
that
season.
though? Do you actually have
Yeah,
that?
we do. Yeah. Yeah. I think, mate, apart from on the left wing, which I mean, even if Martinelli doesn't get sold,
Oh
he's
yeah,
fine.
still
He's
got
fine.
those, isn't it? Martinelli and Jesus.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's still a lot. I mean, we haven't spoken about outs. I mean, we spoke about ins, but
yeah.
there's a lot of
Let's talk
players.
about, because would you like to see those players being replaced, or do you think, okay, right now, a couple of weeks left
Yeah,
in the window, happy to keep them in the squad?
no, get rid.
Get them out the door.
Yeah, for various reasons, right? I mean, one, Martinelli has been a great servant, but he's doesn't seem to be progressing. He misses a lot of chances, and he's got a fair value to be sold on. Gabriel Jesus is another one that he's never going to get a lot of game time, and he's on like 200 and something grand a week, right? So that's the wages of 2 other players, really, isn't it? Which is crazy. And then you've got others, like Reece Nelson. You've got Fabio Vieira, who's come back. Even Kepa, the reserve keeper, could potentially go as well.
What are they talking
So I
about?
think
When you're
Wanyeri, yeah, it could be, but I think he's going to go on loan. I don't think they're going to sell him,
on
which
loan.
I agree with. I think he needs a good loan to
Mm.
a Premier League level team. Fulham
I was going to
apparently
say
are
we'll have it.
sniffing around. Yeah, I mean, this is it, isn't it? I think, I don't know whether the Championship's the place for him, but I think definitely
No. But
who he's work. This is why he went to Marseille to work with De Zerbi before, and then obviously De Zerbi got sacked from Marseille within a couple of weeks of Wanyeri being there. So I think Arteta wants him to work under a particular coach or a particular style.
True that.
And we'll
But
see what happens from there.
yeah, but okay, well, let's move on then to this season.
Yeah.
Predictions. But before we go into predictions, your opening, you lot, they give it to you guys easy, isn't it? Your opening 4 games, easy. I don't know, depending on your opinion here. All right. So you
I
opening
think maybe
tomorrow.
the first game's easy, but I don't know about the others.
No, but I'll come on to that because actually you said, "Oh, that's a nice little easy first 4 games," and I wrote it down here, and then I reflected, went, "Are they, Barry? Really? Are they?"
I was being sarcastic.
Right, good, because I was thinking tomorrow is the 21st of August, Friday, where
Yeah.
Arsenal open the new Premier League season, 26-27 season. I have to do my fantasy league football team as well, in time for that. Coventry at home.
Yeah.
Can't get any easier than that, isn't it? It'd be fun for Coventry fans back in the Premiership against the champions, a newly
Yeah.
promoted team. Then you got Villa away, could be interesting, tough. Cons are going back. Chelsea at home,
Yeah.
Alonso, and then Sunderland. The Sunderland are no mugs. You
Sunderland
know,
away. We dropped points there last year, right? We drew. We
yeah,
didn't lose there, but we drew.
yeah,
We we lost at Villa away, right? So
yeah.
so
So these first four
it's
games
interesting.
then, because
That's what I mean. It's I think they're all winnable, of course, but I just think that it's going to be interesting to see the style and the approach. Like, do they, if it starts going bad, do we end up drifting back into this kind of U-shaped football of passing it from
mm-hmm,
winger to middle to wing to middle
mm-hmm.
to wing to defender, or do they, stick with a fresh kind of approach of
Just,
getting it through the middle
just
channels more and stuff like that.
attacking,
So we'll
attacking
see.
it.
So yeah, it's exciting from that perspective to look and see what kind of style we play. And I think there's appetite there. Going back to your previous question about us winning it again, I think there's
Mm,
certain players didn't have that much impact last season. Saka, Kai
mm,
Havertz, Martin Odegaard didn't play that much in the season. They of course contributed at different times, but they didn't
mm.
contribute as much as if they'd have been there kind of the whole season. So I think they've got some ambition to kind of be more involved in winning it and
That's a good point. Good point.
retaining it. I think that's going to be one of the keys. Is the attitude? Is it did they get kind of sloppy? F it, we've won it. Like I
Nah,
don't think I don't think so.
nah, I
But you
don't think
never
so.
know. It can happen, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think what will be interesting to me with these first opening games is Villa away to see how Villa sets up and want to play and attack you if they do. Chelsea under Alonso, see what
Yeah,
their kind of aspirations when it comes to football. Will they just try to sit back? No, I don't think so. And then obviously Sunderland want to like improve on their position uh,
yeah,
last year where they did extremely well. So I'm hoping for some open games and attacking games, and then hopefully we get a feeling about what Arsenal are going to kind of
yeah.
perform like this season
I've
because they're a
got a
bit
feeling though, I
more
don't
open.
don't know the exact dates, but it's interesting you talk about Sunderland there because that game is in early September, and I'm pretty sure the Champions League has kicked off there, which also would mean that Sunderland would have kicked off in their European games as well, right? So how are they going to cope with 2 games a week as a club? And I don't know about you, but I haven't really seen much about them signing anybody. I haven't seen
They
much
are signing players.
news at all.
I mean, last year they bought like 10, 11 players. They bought a completely
Yeah, perhaps they
team.
burnt this year's money last year. Perhaps that's why
Yeah,
they're.
and they're bringing in players, but they also need to. There's talks about other players, the fringe players going on loan, but whether the manager wants to do that because obviously you've got two competitions now.
Yeah,
Well, so I'm not so up to date with the Sunderland, but it will be interesting to see how these teams, and these are teams also with their own aspirations, like I said, Villa and Chelsea, especially to see
yeah.
how they
I think I
approach the
mentioned
Arsenal
to you
game.
before on one of the pods. I think Chelsea for me are one to watch because I just think they've only got 1 game a week, no Europe. Alonso, obviously a good manager, and this new squad. He's got rid of some people. He's got some great new players come in. I
Mm.
don't know. For me though, it's the interesting one is Cucurella, right? People forget that he's left, and he was a big defender for them. I don't know who's replaced him, but I don't see anybody, kind of being touted as it's not going to be
Yeah,
an
they
equal,
did
right?
replace him. I don't remember the guy's name, and they paid like 30 something million for him, actually. I think
Okay,
I can't remember where he's from. It was an Italian club or something like that. Uh,
right, right,
so they have
yeah,
replaced him with somebody,
yeah,
30 plus million, experienced defender as well.
yeah.
But maybe not on the same level as Coutinho.
No, I mean, and obviously they've lost a couple of players. I mean, still Enzo Fernandez could still leave as well. Let's
Mm.
talk about him going to City. Um,
Well,
so
yeah, and then Rodri has left Man City for Barca.
yeah,
Big
yeah,
loss
he's
for
definitely.
Man City. So it's going to be super interesting. And I kind
Mm.
of think with all the managers and players coming and leaving, as you mentioned, I do think it's Arsenal's to lose, mate.
Well, this
Big
was going to
tough,
be
it's
my
a bit
question to
difficult to
you.
say, but you know,
Who is it that's going to, who is better than us? Um, I mean, the closest really, again, if Pep was still there, you'd say Man City, but I don't think they're going to be the same team. They've lost, several key players, right? Haaland can't do it all on his own, and Rodri really is the big one, right?
yeah.
So I think,
I think City are going to go for a big transformation this season. Like kind of
but it's
it's
even
going to
is Maresca
reset,
going to
isn't it?
get, are people going to buy into Maresca as a manager? Like, apparently he wasn't that well liked at Chelsea, according to some
He
rumours and
was
stuff.
there
So
as Pep's assistant before he left
yeah,
when they
yeah,
wanted him back.
that's a while ago, right?
The thing is, like the style of play, be interesting what Maresca implements as well. So we kind of know what our, and I'm going to be honest with you, talk about a bit of swagger. Arsenal previous seasons have played with a bit of swagger. They have gone out and won games, big game by big scores, but they say they go through this nervous, itchy bum time, and they get like, and then it's like they just hold, defend, or they're just not make creating chances.
No,
This season, like you said, more confidence. Billy, give it a large. They should be
Yeah,
the ones there to beat, and that's the way I
yeah.
see. Actually,
I agree. As I say, I just don't really know who's
yeah, I'm
going to
thinking,
pressure it. I mean, it's more perhaps if we collapse or something that it could go wrong. But
which I don't
I,
see happening, to be honest with
no,
you.
I don't see it happening. That's not.
Especially Arsenal in a dodgy corners. So I hope the referees, with the new rules and
Yeah, how strict
I
they are.
think
It's going
they've
to be
got their
interesting, isn't it?
eye on the Arsenal set pieces this season. That's for sure.
Yeah, you'll be no doubt bringing those up if we get away with stuff. But I think it's going to be an interesting season. I think the new additions absolutely like build on top of what we've already got. So yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to win. I'd love to see us win the Champions League. I mean, the Premier League to retain it would be fantastic. But of course, I'm still looking for that gold star above the badge. Finally, get that Champions League. But I don't know. I saw some pundit talking about Arsenal. Apparently, there's good odds of Arsenal winning the league by 20 points, which would be a record.
So
Could we go
basically,
unbeaten again? Could we see another Invincibles?
won it one season. You never won it back to back. Now let's talk about being invincible again, unbeaten, and winning it by 20 points. Who knows? You never know, sir. And
No.
potentially that gold star on top of the chest as
Yeah.
well. It sounds like you got big hopes,
Big ambitions. Big ambitions.
ambitions.
Why not? It's never looked better, right? I mean, this is the thing. We're investing in good players to add on top of the squad we've got, which wasn't really done before. Previous winning teams got average players coming in because of funds and stuff. So
Mm.
financially, we're in good spot. Good energy around the team and stuff as well. So I'm excited, mate. Let's go.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for your insights, thoughts, and opinions.
Thank you for your questions. It's been
I,
good. Good
I'm
to.
looking forward to watching Arsenal and trying to retain their title. I don't think it's going to be 20 points, but as I mentioned before, I think it's Arsenal to lose, and I don't really see many of the other teams apart from maybe Villa with their stability side, maybe challenging. But like I said, their team's completely changed as
Yeah.
well. So good luck, Barry, and on the
Cheers, man.
road to Wembley, but road to the Premiership as well. But thank you for your time, mate. Really
Good
interesting
stuff.
to listen to
Thanks
your
for the
thoughts.
questions, mate. Catch you
Yeah.
later. Thanks for
Good
listening,
luck to the
everybody.
arse. Up the arse.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye bye.